Alrighty. And we're back. So, welcome back, everyone. Hopefully, everyone got a chance to maybe do a little stretch or something like that. Take a breather because we're about to dive into another about hour-long action RPG here. This is Willow for the NES, and this game kicks ass, and we're just going to dive right into it. So, this, as you might have seen, bears a great resemblance to the fantasy adventure movie of the same name from the early 80s, and that is because it is based off of it. This is one of the rare examples of a licensed NES game that is actually good, and it's actually really good. So here's what we're doing. We are using the titular character. His name is Willow Ufgood. He has been tasked with saving the baby of prophecy. Her name is Elora Danon, and to do so, he will need some help from the villagers. Really, all we get is the first weapon of the game. This is the long sword. We are going to use this to kill a few enemies here, and we need to level up. Hello? There we go. I want to make these guys appear. Sometimes enemies will appear on screen, and other times they won't. So this is random. However, this screen is not. We always know that these three jellies are going to appear here. Oh my goodness. I'm just getting slapped around here. This is not fun. We know there's going to be 3 more jellies on this screen. I am going to kill enough enemies to get 150 experience, and this is going to get me to level 2. I will explain why that is important in a second here. So I've got 140. I just need one more kill. I might get enemies on this screen. Okay, I did. I definitely get enemies on this screen here, though. Alright. That fanfare lets me know that I have leveled up. And leveling up is a good thing. Now, what I need to do here, we're in this next village. This is the village of Dew. What I need to do is I need to talk to the village chief such that he will give me the magical item that he is currently in possession of. However, right now, he doesn't want to have anything to do with me. So what I need to do is I need to talk to his son, which is all the way down in the southwestern corner of this village. Doing so will be the event trigger that will say, okay, now my dad is cool to talk to you. He's also going to give me a shield. I'm not going to equip it. We're never going to equip any shields in this game. In fact, this is the only shield that we get. We just don't need them. Now, another thing about this run that's going to be really interesting considering I just did Star Tropics before this, is that the run for Star Tropics is basically completely glitchless. The any % run of Willow is not glitchless. In fact, we're going to have a glitch coming up here in about 15 or so minutes that is going to knock your socks off if you've never seen it. And big shout out to Eris, gifting some subs here. Can we get some retro wins for Eris's generosity? That would be great. So this is the village chief. He's going to give us a magical item called the Heal Mace. This is essentially a healing spell, and in fact, we're going to go ahead and equip it right now because we're going to need it. Now, here's the thing with the Heal Mace spell. It costs 20 MP to cast. The maximum MP that you have at level 1 is only 17. So, without leveling up, I'm not going to be able to use it here in this next stretch, which I absolutely want to do for some safety of the marathon. I'm going to trap that dog behind the grass, and then we're going to come on up here, and we've got Big Snaky Boy. But we don't really care because we can just heal and just Leroy Jenkins our way through it, and everything's good. We're going to do it again here. Just go boop, boop. In we go. We need to come up here. We need to grab this item. This is the gold statue. We'll use this in just a minute. It's a necessary progression item, if you will. Also, some treasure chests will have something called the Light of Life. This basically just refills our HP to max. All right. Let's see if we get the snake dance here. Come on, baby. Let's go. Snake dance? No, darn it. We didn't go right. All right. So, as you can see here, I died. I did this very much on purpose. I'm going to be doing this a lot throughout the game. Dying serves two purposes. Dying intentionally, that is. One, it can teleport you back closer to your next objective after you've done something like collect the statue. But the other thing, and in some cases this is more important, is it refills your HP and your MP. And this is going to be a really nice way to get full if you, especially if you use a lot of your MP. Maybe you're at a section here where you got hit a lot or whatnot. So we talked to the skeleton. He needs the gold statue before we can pass. Now, if we do not moonwalk into this cave, the run is invalid. But thankfully, we can proceed. All right, so this is the first real dungeon of the game. At the end of this dungeon is easily the most complicated boss of this speedrun, and that, my friends, is not an exaggeration. The way that we go through this game, we're going to trivialize basically all of the bosses. But we haven't gotten to the point where we can do that yet. So, considering that we're pretty underleveled for this boss, we have a very particular way of dealing with it. And as long as I execute it correctly, it should be fine, but that's not a guarantee. But we have our first weapon upgrade here. This is the battle sword. This puts in a decent amount of work, actually. And it gives us a Light of Life, which is good because we're going to be doing some damage boosting on the old Bossaroonie here. Okay. Do not want to take any damage, and I choked as far as the timing there, so we're going to reset the screen, and... Oh, thank you. Okay, that's what I wanted. While those bats are splitting... you can walk right through them and not take any damage, which is good, because I don't want to... No. Okay, as long as I don't take any damage here, I think I'm okay. Oh, boy. Actually, no, I'm definitely okay, because I can just go like this. No. Hello, Bonnie. Thank you. Ah, all right. Yo, an anonymous gift's up. Let's go. Thank you very much for that. This is Bogarda. He's going to talk a little mess, and then I'm going to go silent as I concentrate on doing this properly. Let's hope that I do. Perfect Bogarda fight. Okay, so the way that works is that the inverse of most of what you expect from enemies, especially bosses that have projectiles, is that body contact with him actually does a lot less damage than the projectile. That axe that he throws really shreds you. So what we do is we do a stab to push him against the wall. We intentionally take damage from him because right then he throws his axe and it goes through our iframes. We slap him around a little bit and then we go up and we touch him again, and the iframes from that allow that axe to come back through us without doing any damage that way. So, nice little tricky way to kill him cleanly, even at level 2. It can even be done at level 1. If you're doing like world record strats, you don't even pick up the longsword or the heel mace. There is a very particular way that you go through those snaky boys that I just trivialized in the beginning. It's a trick. It's called task snakes for reasons which should be self-explanatory. That is absolutely not something that is safe for a marathon run. So we do longsword heel mace strats instead. All right, now I want to take some damage here. I didn't get another spawn there. So I'm going to want to take another intentional death, but I'm not going to want to do it until I get outside. The reason why is that if you die in a dungeon, when you respawn, you revert back to the state that you were when you entered the dungeon. So any levels you gained, items that you obtained, bosses that you killed, anything like that, all of that gets wiped away. As soon as you set foot outside, you can retain all of that stuff. So you notice that as soon as I got out of the cave, I died ASAP, and we can proceed. So I had to kill Bogarda in order for me to exit this town to the west, which allows me to progress. Yo, Konvanya, what's up, buddy? And yo, we see some bits in here. Yo, we got a hype train going? Oh, hell yes. Thank you very much for all that generosity, friendos. It is greatly appreciated on behalf of the RGL staff. Retro wins for all of you. Alrighty. So, we kind of have these sections here where we do just lots of walking. So that little thing that I passed there, that is, he is a member of the Nail clan. Oh, yeah. There was no such thing as the Nail clan in the Willow movie. There are some things that are kind of added in. And there's a theory as to why they're, like, Bogarda was not in the movie. There's going to be, you know, a couple other bosses that never appear in the movie. That thing that I just walked by there, those are the brownies. Those are in the movie. They're the main comic relief of Willow, and they're great. All right, now, this screen that I'm walking on right here, remember it. It's extremely important. We'll come back to it. But just remember that one with the 4 treants. But first, we're just going to wander into this lady's house, and she's like, oh, hey, you're just going to barge in here? Well, I tell you what, while you're here, I might as well heal you, and let you know that my bird pet friend, whose name is Poe, has gone missing, and I'm afraid he might be injured. So if you happen to stumble across him, here are some medicinal herbs that you can give to him. Yo, 1,000 bits! Tigdwan, all the gift subs, holy crap! Y'all are going bananas right now, I love it. See, this is what the treants can do. They can wake up and throw fireballs. But enough of that. Enough about that. Let's talk about, yo, another 100 bits? Oh. Hype train is real. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, retro wins are definitely the appropriate way to show appreciation for the generosity. Now, we walk through these next 3 screens in a very particular pattern, such that we don't get hit here. Here we're going to do a little whoop, just snap around to avoid that fireball, and as long as we walk across the top here, no damage there either. Okay, great. Alright. Now, this next cave coming up here is one that, for the speedrun, is rather notorious because it's a huge gatekeeper. Fortunately, we have the heal mace, so navigating it will make navigating it much, much safer. But without it, it can be very problematic. And we'll talk about that part when we get to it. Oh my goodness, more subs? This is awesome. Y'all are amazing. My cat is back here behind this chair, just losing her mind, and I don't know why. Alright, so there's going to be an enemy coming up here, or maybe there won't be. It's going to be on this screen here, and yes it will. Okay, so that ghoul enemy here, I can't mess with him right now. We need to despawn him, and we did that. That can also be really annoying, having to despawn that enemy. But speaking of despawns, we're going to want them for this section coming up here. It's a little section we like to call the Hellway. It's going to be 3 corridors here where skeletons can appear at either end, and just make life really, really miserable. I'm 2 for 2 so far getting skeletons. In a speedrun, this would be horrible, and especially in this room, because we get the red skeletons here. Red skeletons do double damage. Yeah, and that's bad. We're going to go ahead and heal now, just for safety. Alright, but first we're going to talk to this dragon. His name is Matanda. he says, look, I don't want you to hurt me. If you just take this thieves bracelet, will you leave me alone? And we say, yeah. And so we leave. Apparently Poe was here too. Poe was messing with Matanda, and Matanda, in self-defense, has injured Poe. Oh my god, 2 hits. I am 5 for 5 here in Skeletons. Like, you honestly want to go... Yeah. Oh my god. I think this is literally the first time I've ever had Skeletons appear in all 6 possible instances. That's an absolute nightmare. If this was an any % run, it would be over. It probably would have been over before I got to Matanda, let alone coming back. So, thankfully, we had that heal mace. Otherwise, I would have been worm food. All right, now, hopefully we can get this here. We can get this nice little swaggy kill. Not quite. What I want to do is I want to make that thing boost to the right, and then the northeast fireball kind of traps it against the wall and bounces it back and forth and kills it very quickly. Didn't quite get that, though. This is Poe. Poe is the bird homie. He's first of all going to thank us for using the medicinal herb on him to heal him. Oh my god, the gift subs just keep coming. Wow. Y'all are incredible. But what he also does is he says, hey, take this ocarina, and you can go ahead and play it anytime that... go ahead and play it anytime you'd like, and I'll take you places. And we're going to use this a lot. Oh my god, did we... Whoa, dude, this hype train, what is going on here? Y'all are crushing it. This is awesome. Thank you all so, so much. You know, and it's funny. Normally, Willow, I've done Willow for several marathons. Willow tends to have this special power where it brings out the donations and whatnot. Now, this is not a charity marathon. We are doing this just for the love of the game, but still, your bits and donations are all very, very well appreciated. They will get put to good use, and that use is going to be putting on future events just like this one. We've got our marathons, we've got our one-night-only tournaments. We call them our O-Knots. We have our weekly events. Mondays, we do randos with Weapon. Wednesday nights, we have RGLtv's Golf Club, hosted by Kat and myself, as well as many other things. We do Retrothon, we do RG Love, we do other great events and things like that. So the money that is comes from your bits and your subs and whatnot gets put towards us putting on those quality events. All right, so now we're done with Matanda's Cave, and everything starts wiggling. It's just Wiggle Town right now. Look at all these... Oh my goodness. You folks are wonderful. I hope you all are enjoying Retrothon as much as I am. So this is the gigantic fairy Sherlindria. She says, Willow, you are the chosen one. It is your destiny to save Elora Danon, destroy the evil Bavmorda, and bring peace to the world. And you will do so with this wiggly stick. Now go get him. Right now, this stick is just that. It's a curvy piece of wood. However, it will become much, much more later on. And we'll get to that shortly. But for now, we have a couple more things that we need to do. No shout-outs to Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf. We want to shout that down. Anyway. Not to get too far off track. The wiggly stick! Cool. we're going to pick up a very special weapon here. This is called the Devil Eye. It has special properties that all of my other swords do not, and I will explain that when it becomes applicable. But we need to gear up for some... really wild stuff that's coming up here. The first is, that's Mad Mardigan. For those of you who have seen the movie, you know he is the rogue swordsman played by Val Kilmer. He is an absolute thirst trap, unfortunately, we ignore him at the first meeting. We will see him later, though. So for those of you that are Mad Marta stans, you'll get your fill. But first, we need to just see this bar. We don't go into it, but we need to see it in order to have Poe do what we need him to do. So we're going to have him take us back to his house. All right, we're going to pop back into his house, get a refill, and then when we're done with this, I need you to hold on to your butts, because it is time to go to Funky Town. All right, now, remember I told you about that screen here with the 4 trees. I'm going to take a second to pause here. Now, normally I can only exit this screen to the top or to the right. Right? Wrong. We can exit it to the left by walking through that seam in the grass there. And what this will do is turn everything upside down. Yes. We have gone to the Forbidden Place. And that Forbidden Place is busting into the side of a tower that is supposed to be reached at about, like, 2/3 of the way through the game, at least. So, yeah. Things are about to get real funky real fast. Now, I have equipped that Devil Eye sword, and I'm using it on these enemies. It only works on, like, ghost-type enemies. So these, like, little bubble ghosts, the ghoul that I was trying to despawn in Matanda's Cave, as well as some others. This is the only sword that will do damage to them. This sword will not do damage to any non-ghost enemy. Conversely, all of my other... That's a ghost enemy, too. That thing just appeared there. Conversely, all of my other swords are completely ineffective against ghost-type enemies. Yeah, we finished a level 5 hype train. I can't show enough love and appreciation for all of you. Absolutely phenomenal. All right, so we come up here. He says, congratulations on making it to the top here. I'm going to give you this red crystal, and yeah, GG. Now that we have the red crystal, we can do a little toot on the ocarina. In comes Poe, and Poe will take us where we need to go, and we're going to go to his house again. We'll pop in for another refill. Now, that trip to Funky Town was a lot of fun. So, chat, how about we do it again? Only this time, we're gonna be careful about where you exit the screen. If you exit too far, if you exit the screen too low, you get stuck there and you need to have Poe come fish you out of your predicament. Otherwise it would be a soft lock. Alright. Oh, good. Oh, I didn't get spawns there. Normally I get trolled by spawns there, but fortunately not the case here. Alright, so now, like I said, we busted halfway into this spiraling tower, and we started by going up to get the item at the top. But now we want to go to the bottom to exit there, because what we're going to do from here is really going to take the funk up to 11. Like, the funk right now is at about like a 5. But it's about to get way, way funkier. I told you to hold on to your butts. I hope you didn't let go. It's more crucial now than ever to have a great, great firm hold of those butt cheeks. I want you to... Oh, you went right through them. Thank you. All right. So now we're at the bottom of the tower. we're gonna walk in here, and we're gonna say hello to Wee Babby. This is Alora Dannon. Isn't she adorable? She is the child of prophecy that will bring about the downfall of the wicked Bavmorda. We need to protect her at all costs. The lady that is holding her gives us the crest of spirits. We will need that for the final boss. All right, so we're actually supposed to come up to the towers this way, so we're kind of going up the down staircase here, but sorry, yes, yeah, it will knock off your socks and make the butt do things. All right, so we're gonna walk into here, and oh my god, big scary boss, no thanks. Let's just get out of here. You know what? Let's not be such a coward. Oh my god, big scarier boss. Alright, so let's go ahead and quote-unquote fight him. Now, there's this nice invisible wall. See how I'm walking forward and nothing's happening? Nothing's gonna happen as far as him coming through either. So we're just gonna sit here and wail on him. Just sit here, slap him around a bunch. He can't do anything to us. We're just gonna keep hitting him, keep hitting him, keep hitting him, keep hitting him. And then we're gonna show him some mercy. Now, the reason why we've done this might be readily apparent right now. You notice that we have the boss HUD still with us. Normally, I would just have that little, the little square up in the upper left-hand corner. But instead, I've got this boss HUD. Now, what I'm really doing here is I'm carrying the boss flag with me. And here's why this is significant. Yeah, no, I'm dropping some frames, so just stick around, be patient, listen to the sound of my voice, and we'll all get through this together. Okay. So what's going to happen now is I am going to go from level 4 to level 14 in the blink of an eye. I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to explain what happens here. Damn it. Hold on. It is really important that I don't get hit here, but unfortunately, this fly here is just trolling me. Oh my, don't do it. Wow. Way. Oh my god, this is ridiculous that it's taking this many tries. I need to get this fly to not move down. I need it to stay moving left. I need to not take damage. This is not good. Come on. Please. No way! Okay. This thing is absolutely trolling me. Okay, you know what? We got to back up. This, I don't know why it's just not working. Fortunately, we have a backup. Okay. So, that bug normally gives me like about 100 or so experience. But instead it's going to give me a little over 7,000 experience. The reason why is that because I've got the boss flag active, whenever I walk into a screen with enemies, it is going to apply the boss flag to the first enemy that appears on the screen, as it normally would as if I was going into a boss's room. It would just apply the boss flag to the enemy that appears there, which there's normally only one. So what we're doing here is applying it to, it's the lower fly, which is why you notice I'm ignoring the other ones. Because the boss flag doesn't apply to them, only the first enemy that appears on the screen. The reason why we do the flies is because it's guaranteed for them to spawn. As you can see here, I keep going here and I'm not getting the spawns I need. But it's also a lot easier to keep these guys in place. Alright, now that we've done this, now that we've got a few, hopefully the killing of these other flies will become a lot easier. Now, I need to be careful that I don't die. I think I can only take one more hit, and then it's death. I want to kill 3 more of these flies. Of course, now they cooperate. Awesome. So this took a little longer than we wanted, but you know what, we got through it. Hopefully the frame droppage is done. It appears that that is not the case, though. Alright. Anyway. So, we have killed enough enemies to get ourselves to level 14 very soon. But like I said before, it doesn't count until you set foot outside. Now, as soon as I level up, which is going to happen right about now, there we go. I can walk back in. Go say hi to those flies, and allow sweet death to wash over me. Now, when I entered this tower, my maximum HP was somewhere in the 90s. My maximum I didn't have a hit to give. My maximum MP was somewhere in the 60s. Now, they're both in the 230s. That is a remarkable difference. Now, having the extra MP and HP is nice, but that's not the point of what we did. So the point of what we did there was you need to be at least level 13 in order to beat the game. And there's 2 different reasons why, and I'll break those down when we get to them. But first I need to get this sword back on here. Okay, we're gonna just do the same thing again here. Big scary boss, no thanks. Go back in. Scary skeleton face man, only this time we're not gonna be so merciful. We still have the invisible wall here. We're just gonna slap him around a bunch until he dies. Alrighty. Now, so we kill him, this will allow us to progress. There's going to be a cutscene here as if we had killed that spiky boss. Now, what's going to happen is that shortly into this cutscene is going to be the best music in the game. We will go silent to pay it its proper respects. So that is Xena's theme. Xena was the ghost lady that appeared there. Oh, come on, really? They have a whole story. It doesn't matter. All that matters is the music, which is an absolute scorcher. And I'm glad that even with the frame drops, you didn't need to see it, but you needed to hear it. So that's the good thing. All right. Do a little dodgeroo here and here. I want to take damage if we don't absolutely have to. Alright, we want that and that. Alright, so, like I said before, we were supposed to approach the tower and then be done. So we're kind of going, we're going in the reverse direction here. This is supposed to be a big network of like island cave mazes and whatnot, but yeah, we're just gonna get out of here and we're good. What we are gonna pick up here is the Magic of Fleet. This is essentially like an exit spell. It will teleport you out of a dungeon to where you entered it. So we're gonna have one of these. Oh, we have a ghoul guy appear here. Fortunately, we can kill him with the Devil Eye. We don't need to bother with this guy here. He can just take a bump from that fire spell, and that guarantees that he doesn't cast his spell, which is to basically freeze time for a few seconds, and then he turns us into a pig. The reason why that sucks so much is that while you're in pig form, you cannot exit the screen. It is a huge waste of time. And the later you get into the game, the more powerful ghouls, some of them will turn you into pig for like, it's like for at least 30 seconds. It is a massive time waster. So we don't ever want to see the piggy spell. All right, we're gonna walk into this cave here, and we're going to meet a pivotal character that actually was from the movie. This is Fin Raziel. She is the messenger of the earth. She has been turned into a possum by Bavmorda's wicked magic, but because we have the cane and because we're at least level 13, we can turn her back into her human form. She thanks us by turning the Wiggly Stick into a deadly assault weapon. Now the cane can be used to shoot bubbles of death at enemies, and as luck would have it, this is the only way that we can do damage to the final boss, in addition to needing to be level 13 in order to get the Wiggly Stick of Death. Every time you use it, it costs MP. In order to hit the final boss enough times to kill it, you need to have... So there we go, there's the Wiggly Stick at work. I just laid waste to him. In order to kill the boss and have enough MP to do so, the minimum MP, assuming you don't miss at all, in order to kill it, comes at level 13. I chose to go to level 14 just for a little safety, but if you were doing if you're doing a PB or world record run, you would only kill 5 of those flies as opposed to 7, and it would get you to, that's close, to level 13. That's all you really need. So, oh, trolls, literal trolls. Alrighty. So this mountain is notorious for being a place where it's very easy to get lost, because everything looks the same. There's very little in the way of landmarks. What we're picking up here is the Monster's Bone. This is actually a spell, called the Spectre Magic. What this will do, I will demonstrate it shortly. This is an incredibly important magic, not only for the game, but especially for the speed run. We're going to get to the edge of the screen here, and we're going to go shpoop, and we are going to turn into this little slimy boy here. Now, Slimy Boy is our friend, because while we are in this form, no enemies will spawn, which is great because it allows us to get through a lot of these sections safely and reliably, and we like that. Yeah, I'm having some OBS issues here. I know there are some frame drops. I apologize. I appreciate your patience and understanding. Again, just listen to the sound of my voice and everything will be fine. Alright. Slimy Boy lasts for a set amount of time. This is Dirt Mountain. We're gonna see plenty more of him throughout the rest of the run, but there's just a little taste. So we're gonna barge into someone else's house. And she's gonna say, "Oh, you seem like you're a decent sorcerer. Let me teach you the most powerful magic in the game." We get the thunder magic, and it's pretty great. We'll use it in a couple spots. But really, we get a refill there, and that's the nicest part, I would say. Yeah, I have a green square in my OBS here. 18,000 frames later that I've dropped, and everything is cool now. You know. But folks, it's not about the frames we drop. It's about the friends we made along the way. There's Dirt Mountain. Dirt Mountain, no. Oh god, Dirt Mountain's back. Please, no. Okay. Alright. So, we see these little holes in the ground. Yeah, we're not going to deal with those. Boop. We're going to turn back into Slimy Boy. Now, if I was not Slimy Boy, these things would open up and turn like into these little like carnivorous mouths that not only do damage to you, but don't allow you to pass them. So you literally can't get past this section unless you have the Spectre Magic. So, oh yeah, Willow is a vibe in and of itself. I absolutely love speedrunning this game for marathons. Because we just sit here and vibe to Willow, man. Sometimes that's all you need in life. It's just a good vibe. Oh, I want the double eye on here, please. Thank you. Alright, so you may have noticed that some of these ghost enemies that I've been killing left behind a little like flashing, kind of look like a little rock or pebble or something like that. What those do is they regenerate 10 of your MP, and that's actually going to be really important for what's coming up here because I'm going to be using a lot of MP over the next few minutes, and I would like to regenerate some so that I can use even more. But I need to be able to kill some of these enemies here, never mind, in order to do that, and they weren't cooperating so far, but hopefully we'll get a chance coming up here. Those bees do not drop them. The bees are not cool. Oops, hello. Falling rocks, we can't do anything about these, except we can. We can walk down along this and then over here, and then they'll generate in such a way that they won't do any damage to us. Oh, except now we have these skeletons here. Let's see if we can avoid them here too. Nope. Okay. Normally have a nice thing here is we have this nice wide berth above us. It makes it a lot easier to dodge the skeletons as opposed to the Hellway, where you had much less room to maneuver to try to dodge them. Konban, you have my permission to play this game casually, speedrunny, whatever you would like to do, because it is truly fantastic, and I'm sure you would give it your magical flair and make it wildly entertaining. Alright, into the cave we go. This cave is very purple, at least the floor is. Alright, we're going to talk to Birdhead Man here. He is a member of the Eagle Clan. He is going to give us the Wing Sword. The Wing Sword is incredibly feeble right now. However, that will change. It has the same redemption arc as the Wiggly Stick. Though not quite as important, but the redemption arc is there. Oh, we're just going to take the damage. That was a bit more than I wanted. Don't do it. Thank you. Okay. we're gonna get the fleet magic ready. We're gonna talk to this lady. She's gonna tell us about a cursed bridge. That's just an event trick. So all we need to do is just talk to her and then skedaddle. That's not gonna work. Darn it, I want to see these masks. Show me one here, please. Yes, good. That is considered a ghosty enemy that gives me some MP back. I would like to get... oops, hello? I would like to get one more. Alright, this is one of my favorite things to point out when I'm running this game. So here I am. I am Slimy Boy. Everything about me is rather squishy. There is no... I have no hard substances to my body at all. And yet, when I enter this doorway, you hear the footsteps. Shploop! Okay. Oh, well, I'll wait till later, because I do want to make sure I get one more kill here. Please be nice and appear in a place where I can kill you! Don't! Oh, good. Oh, but I can't reach it! No! Damn it! Not fair. Oh, good. This guy will do the trick. Okay, sweet. Whoops. Alrighty. Get the fleet magic back on. So this guy's like, hey, heard you heard about that cursed bridge. Want to get across it? Take these witches' shoes. And you will be able to get across it no problem. Ouch. Not quite what I wanted there. Oh yeah, I am. Oh, that's true. Am I still slimy when I enter the bridge? So yeah, the slime, I guess, does wear the shoes somehow in a video game logic-y kind of way. Well, I didn't steal the witch's shoes. That dude wasn't the witch. He just gave me the shoes of another witch. Oh, yeah. So you are slimy for just the first couple steps of the bridge. If you don't have the witch's shoes, then the bridge gets all wavy and says, no. Get out of here, Willow. Access denied. Alright. So, we have crossed the cursed bridge, which allows us to get into the town of Tirasleen. There's lots of stuff to do here in Tirasleen. We will be doing exactly none of it, because it's just not necessary. Big ominous castle. We'll deal with this later. We got a couple things we need to do first before we get there. That's right. Oh shoot. I should have used it already. I'm gonna have to burn a little bit of time because I used that later than I should have, but that's okay. Actually got really lucky with some despawns there that I wasn't even thinking about. course. She won't talk to me if I'm Slimy Boy, so there we go. Okay, good. Normally you time the use of it such that it runs out right after you would encounter an enemy. So behind her is Nockmaar Castle. That is where the final confrontation will take place. And we're gonna get there soon. But we got some stuff to do first. Namely, we need to die. And we have done so. Back to Tirasleen, where we will just cruise right through it and take advantage of none of what it has to offer. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. No, Ghost. That ghoul is absolutely awful. I don't want to have anything to do with that. No. Hell no. Oh, oops. You suck even more because I have to dodge you. Oh, God, come on with the spawns. Okay, so that's Eric. We ignore Eric. Instead, we fight this boss, and hopefully it's nice. Yep. So that's the Eborsisk. We just get... I line up my head with the 4th row there in the carpet, and as soon as it gets all the way down, you just slap it silly, and it dies. So we walk into here, and oh no, we have been imprisoned. This is great. Haha, I am Kael, the General of Nockmaar. He's introducing himself as if we haven't seen him twice already. Now, we've never spoken with Mad Mardigan, right? Hey, Willow, we meet again. Oh, word? Because I don't think we've ever talked before. Well, we just walked down here and, oh, all of a sudden, remember those brownies I mentioned before? Here they come to the rescue. These are the brownie homies. They are going to give me an item called the Powder of Unrequited Love. And this is actually a reference to something in the movie and is a kind of a necessary item that we need. Well, no, I already had Fleet on. Duh. So yeah. Yes, for those of you that wanted to get your Val fix, there it is. Hello? Get off there. Alright. There are the brownies again. We do not need to talk to them. So we won't. Corners of walls and whatnot, those are the true boss of Willow. It is really easy to just get snagged on corners and crap like that all throughout the run. It's something that I do quite often, much to my chagrin. Alrighty. So we just do a whole lot of walking in here. we will do some splooping. And when we do, we will have a very important discussion. Face tank our way through all these enemies. Really isn't a big deal. What is a big deal is equipping the right magic, though, so I don't cast exit. I don't mean to. I have done that before. It's not fun. So alrighty. So as soon as we get to the edge of this screen, boop. All right. Now, chat, I have an important question for you. Now, as you can see here, we are Slimy Boy, and we are scooting along the ground. I would like for you to type into chat the word that you would describe the word that you would use to describe the sound that this slimy boy makes when it is, you know, slithering along or whatever it is that it is doing here. What would that word sound like? Let me know what you think. Oops, no, this way. Hello? Splorp. Okay. That's a lot of damage. Hopefully I don't take much more. No, Dirt Mountain, don't do it. Dirt Mountain, please. Thank you. Alright, so now we get to showcase that thunder magic that I was talking about before. We're gonna come here and we're gonna use it to just annihilate these guys before they steal my MP and make life miserable. Oh, we got some good ones in here. Hold on. Oh. We got Florp, Sploop, Splorp, Floop, Spolch, Schloopen, Schlurp, blah 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 blah, Big Schlorpen. Alrighty, so, big scary guard. Oh no, a monster! He's gone. What a coward. That is required in order to get into Nockmaar Castle here. We got some hot jams going on. I would like to point that out. We're not going to be here for very long, but don't fret, we will be back. And you'll be able to enjoy these great, great tunes. Alright, so this is the other member of the Eagle Clan, the brother of the guy that we talked to before. He is going to be the one to power up the... Whoops. He is going to be the one to power up the winged sword. And now it is the most powerful sword in the game. Okay. Hello, thank you. Alrighty. So just a little bit of cleanup here before we come back to Nockmaar and beat the game. We need to go back to Tirasleen one more time. Nice, Fab. Oh, goodness. So, yeah. Tirasleen one more time where we just walk through the village and ignore everything that's in here. And instead we go up to the castle, only this time we peel around to the left. And we come in here. Now remember that guy Eric that I completely ignored? This is another great thing about doing all the glitchy stuff here. We're gonna talk to this lady. And she's like, what? You've met Eric? And we're like, oh, totally. Yeah, Eric and I are boys. So he's like, cool, let me give you a key to the castle. Now, there are doors in the castle that I couldn't open, hence why we didn't go through it initially. But now that we have the key, we can make our way through Nockmaar and fight the final boss. But one thing we got to do before we get there, it's what we've been doing all game long. And that is... embrace the death. This really is only just going to take us a couple screens to our right, but the point of doing this is refilling all of our MP and HP, which were critically low. But now they are not. Don't you even think about it. Yeah. Winged Sword just absolutely mows through these enemies here. Alright, gave you a minute there to appreciate the sweet jams. Oh, I see the cat jams in chat. Those are appropriate. So this red-haired lady here, her name is Sorsha. She is the daughter of Bavmorda, who is the final boss, the main antagonist of the game. We're going to try to hit her with the Powder of Unrequited Love to make her snap out of what she's got going on. But we hit Mad Mardigan with it instead, and he starts waxing all kinds of poetic. And fortunately, it's effective because Sorsha is heavily swayed by this, and she says, "You know what? It's cool. I'm gonna let you pass. You go ahead and kill my mom." And that's what we're going to do. But before we do, oh boy, General Kale's like, "Hey, remember all that slapping around you were doing before? Yeah, you don't have a magic wall to protect you now. Let's fight mano a mano." And we're just gonna kind of situate ourselves right here, just slap him around a little bit, and he's dead. That fight casually is terrifying. If you get too close to him in certain areas, he just moves so fast. And, like, I mean, I'm at a pretty high level now. He kills you in, like, 3 hits. It's a ridiculous fight. But we trivialize it because we know what we're doing. All right. Final ascent up here to Bavmorda's chamber. We get the sweet hero music here. Like, you hear this music and you know you're getting close. You know big things are happening. Sound glitch there. So, this is our last outdoor section. Once I go through this next door here, I will get plopped into Bavmorda's chamber. There are 2 phases to her. In the first phase, the only thing that does damage to her is the cane. And I have to be very careful about how I do this. Perfect. Okay, those little fireballs that she leaves behind, those can block your cane shots and make life miserable. The second phase is coming up here. It's basically the same as the first, only I can use my sword to damage her now. Once her HP hits 0, that will be time. Do a little pirouette to get her in the right place. Oh, God. Just go away. Okay, that's time. And there we go. And that is Willow. And so ended Bavmorda, the messenger of the skies, who cut ties entirely with the spirits of the skies. Only through the powerful magic of Finrazel, the birth of Elora Danan, and Willow, the man of courage and belief, was Bavmorda's menace thwarted. Bavmorda's menace thwarted is a quality sentence. The spirit of the skies brought Bavmorda back to the sky. The people chose Elora Danan as their queen and lived happily, wishing for her wealth and happiness. Thus ends the epic of Willow. So I see a ton of GGs in chat. Thank you all very, very much for the support. Not only with, supporting with the GGs, sticking around with some frame drops, but the hype train, everything. Y'all were amazing. Y'all were amazing tonight. I tell you what, if you enjoyed the games that I was playing here, both Star Tropics and Willow, if you enjoyed what I was doing here as far as commentary and all that stuff, or maybe even a combination of those things, please do give me a follow. I would greatly appreciate it. I speedrun games like this all the time. I'm actually working on Star Tropics now, so if you enjoyed that, you'll see me grinding that out a little more, and yeah, that should be a lot of fun. I don't think we have time to do debug percent. We're gonna move on here shortly, but yeah, like again, if you follow me, I would greatly appreciate it. Y'all have been so supportive, and I would love to have that support of my own for my channel. I would give you much love there. So, all right, I think there might be one more NES game after this, or maybe this was the last one. I'm not sure. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I hope you enjoyed Wednesday here on Retrothon. We've still got several days of the marathon left, so you don't want to go anywhere. Plenty more hot retro speedrunning action coming up, so stick around. Thanks so much for being here. I will see all of you very soon, and until I do,